And welcome back, everyone. I am a little late. I got home yesterday. There's plenty of time, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I'm just not in the mood today. I generally try to keep my schedule consistent, but I'm just like, I'm not in the mood. I gotta go over to my girlfriend's place a little later. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm a little constrained for time, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. But regardless, I'm here now. So coming to us from Adam Silver, we have Namek Frieza versus Prime Licht. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, Lich. It's either Lich or Licht. So Frieza, we all know Frieza. Who doesn't know Frieza? Frieza, this is my mom. Hey, want to meet my dad? Yeah, meet the folks. Frieza, we all know Frieza. Frieza, in the Namek saga, at his peak, is strong enough to contend with the first transformation of Super Saiyan that Goku goes into. Power level we know is confirmed at 120 million. Insanely fast, insanely powerful, extremely dangerous to keep us. We know all this. But Licht, I'm going to say it's Licht. I started reading Black Clover, then I kind of fell off it. I should get back on it at some point. He is the leader of the Elf tribe. He's the leader of the Elf tribe and one of the 10 apostles of Sephiria. Is it Sephiria? I'm gonna say Sephiria. He was married to a human. Oh, more to the point though. In terms of his power, he's exceptionally powerful. Very much like Asta, he has sword magic. He has I believe a 5-leaf. It's either a 4 or 5-leaf color, but he has a 5-leaf color that generates swords through magical attributes. But it's different than Asta's because he can literally just summon out swords. Asta literally pulls swords out from his grimoire. He also has reinforcement magic, which allows him to just increase his physicality. Union magic, which allows him to combine different abilities together. He can use forbidden magic. He is a master swordsman. His sword magic can generate magical swords, similar in effect to, like I said, to Asta's, although he does not have anti-magic as far as I know. The magic allows the user to generate swords with most attack-based spells being slashes of mana generated from said swords. In order to use it to its full potential, specific spells are required, which are stored within the grimoires. In essence, yeah, he's got essentially magical Getsuga Tenshos is what he's got. There are 3 swords. There's 3 swords that specifically come shown here anyway. Demon Destroyer Sword, Demon Slayer Sword, and Demon Dweller Sword. Demon Destroyer Sword, one moment here, is a sword found within the central room of Gravital Rock Zone floating dungeon. In fact, Asta has this sword, as a matter of fact. Causality Break, as well as cutting through magic and spells with edges. Sword has the ability Causality Break. It absorbs and removes the effects of spells. So, in essence, he kind of has very similar abilities to Asta in many ways. Now, he has a couple other abilities as well. One of them, for example, his Origin Flash, is in essence a magical Getsuga Tensho, more or less. It's a giant laser cutting beam that he unleashes. He releases a giant flash that cuts anything in its path. Afterward, the sword dissipates. The spell is strong enough to stop a tornado, which is very impressive. If we were to look at, what was it, the demon, is it the Demon Slayer Sword that would just negate general magic as a whole? Let me see here. The Demon Slayer Sword, yep, it's the same one. It's just a different variant on what Asta has. So, yeah, the point being here is that we already kind of see what sword magic does. It's not, again, quite the same as Asta, as he seems to actually have a couple other abilities. But he also has Origin Flash Barrage, which is multiple Origin flash attacks. Demon Dweller Conquering Eon, which, one second here. Demon Dweller Conquering Eon is a technique that holds the Demon Dweller sword aloft, and it has it absorb the magic of their allies. And I'm just going to end right there because this means this attack is useless because there is no magic in this fight. He's got magic, but he can't absorb the magic of others in this fight because Frieza doesn't use magic. Frieza has ki. He can use telekinesis, but he does not have magic. And I'm going to go on a limb and saying the other two use magic as well. Now, with any Black Clover character, if you destroy their grimoire, you more or less destroy their main source of magic. Everyone can actually use, well, Ass is the exception, but the majority, 99.99% of the population, it's kind of like My Hero, where the majority of the population actually has quirks. The majority of the population in Black Clover actually can use magic, even if it's only to a minor extent. It's when you get grimoire that you're able to use like really powerful spells. But if you lose a grimoire, you'll be stuck with your bare bones magic, which admittedly for an elf in Black Clover is still extremely powerful, because elves are extremely powerful beings in Black Clover. They're kind of like semi-god. They're not truly gods, but like almost like demigods. They're a race of individuals who are just, naturally magically inclined on the umpteenth degree. Now, why did I spend so much time hovering on Licht? Well, comes to someone brought this up in my review for Monkey Man, but yeah, I didn't notice that. That was weird. I'm gonna, granted, you're paying more attention to that and my voice than you are the picture, but I'm gonna just take a look at if I can clear anything off the computer to maybe stop that from happening, because that's actually new. I have not seen that happen with the camera before. But let me just see if I move a little bit. Nope, everything's right. The reason I spent as long as I did talking about him over Frieza is very simple. Frieza's gonna wreck this guy's shop. He doesn't use magic, so any magic negation absorption doesn't matter here. But more importantly, in terms of speed, power, and durability, Frieza completely outclasses, if not all, the majority of Black Clover in just his suppressed first form we see him in. Because in that very first form we see him in, he can casually destroy a planet with his finger. That is the weakest level we have for Frieza. And that's Namek Saga Frieza. If I go all the way to the umpteenth degree with Frieza, if I go all the way to his full power at 120 million, we know for actual fact that suppressed form is 530,000. 1.2 is 1% of his full power once he transforms into his final form. If I just do the basic math real quick here, that means that Frieza's full power is over 200 times that of what we see in the base form Frieza, who can blow planets up with his finger. Like, Dragon Ball characters do not belong in like the worlds like My Hero Academia, like Black Clover, like Naruto. Bleach is an argument, but even then, Bleach is debatable. But Bleach of the big three of the shonens, Bleach is probably the only one you can actually make that argument for. I mean like the main shonens. But yeah, Bleach is probably the only one you can make that argument for, and even then, it's an uphill argument. It's an uphill battle to argue in favor of Bleach to hang in that level of power. So yeah, even Namek Saga Frieza can move at light speeds, can destroy planets without any difficulty, can literally just blow holes in people and erase them from existence. He can survive in space, has telekinesis. He can literally just fire a blast so quick that he would pretty much just destroy the Grimoire without any hesitation. Like, this would be a stomp. This would be a straight out stomp. But I feel bad. I wish I could do more Black Clover characters in certain areas where they would win. I know I've had some Black Clover characters on the series before, and they've done well. So I'm not exactly sure. You probably shouldn't. Give me the suggestions you give. The reason this wasn't in the speed round is very simple. I did not know what magic this guy had. If he had a magic that literally just could absorb energy or like reflected things back or something, we could have had at least some sort of debate on how well he could have fared against Frieza. But the fact of the matter is that he basically just has Asta's abilities, sword magic, is able to just negate magic, not ki, mind you, magic. And even if he is, let's say, able to absorb and reverse ki to some degree, let's give him that. Let's say, even though they're not the same, they're not. But let's at least make an attempt to argue it, let's say. he still would have to get past Frieza just nuking the planet. He'd still have to get past Frieza just moving so fast he just puts a hole through his chest and then erupts a ki blast from inside him. He still has to get past all of that. As fast as some Black Clover characters get, and they do get fast. Like, I'm not mincing words. Black Clover characters are not weaklings. I do think they can hang with like a lot of the other levels of power. I mean, they definitely trump Hunter x Hunter. They definitely trump My Hero. Deku, I think to a degree, especially when you factor in how strong he really got, I think is at least arguable. But yeah, you definitely hang with My Hero, and probably trumps My Hero. Definitely at least hangs, and Seven Deadly Sins isn't shown it, but still definitely hangs with Seven Deadly Sins. I think they get trumped by Bleach. They hang with Naruto too. You should know that. They hang very well with Naruto. Like that, see. Those two, Naruto and Black Clover, I think are much more evenly comparable in power scaling. But when you go into animes and mangas that deal with different planes of existence and beings who can literally threaten the fabric of reality, or just literally are planet busting with ease, then you're now throwing them up. Now you're throwing basically a rock against a tank. That's what you're doing. But still, no. Look, I didn't know anything about this guy, so that's why I get it for the verses. I really should probably look into this before I even do the video, or even write down the suggestion in the book. Like, this is the suggestion. Let me look into this guy and compare him. Okay, maybe I should really be doing that from now on. But I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. And by the way, you said prime. Even in his prime, like, it wouldn't matter. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one.